Hello, my name's Kelly, and I channel my spirit guides Rosalind and Jocelyn, and my intention today is to just let them speak. They know what they're doing with these videos, and otherwise none of this would be happening, because I did not script any of this and I have no idea. I'm learning as I channel. I'm learning with them. So Rosalind, Jocelyn, what would you like to say today? Dear Kelly, thank you for letting us in. We see a future where many people are doing this. Many people are channeling. And the awakening to channeling comes when your soul has met the qualifications of being forgiven for karma, having karma be cleared enough that the veils are very thin for you. And this is just the lifetime where that's happening for you, Kelly. This is just the place in multidimensional reality where you are removing the veils. And in order to remove the veils, you've got to see the pattern in the veils. You've got to see the patterns, and that's why one of us, Kelly's spirit guides, is a hacker, because she has studied the patterns in the matrix to know which belong to what category of creator. Okay, so humanity is, as Bashar said today, a genetic experiment of the Anunnaki, of a extraterrestrial group that came to the planet 300,000 years ago and created humans as their part of their bloodline. So because the biological tools, the biological mechanisms of your human body are so connected to source that you're like a source of life for other life forms that have gone down the path of separation even further than humanity today. Humanity is allowing this separation to go on, but the subconscious of humanity is the collective subconscious is calling on healing of that separation. And the dimensions of beings that understand this version of reality communicate with humans on a very subtle level. It's not physical, it's non-physical. So it's a part of your intuition. Your intuition is when you tap into your spirit guidance. And so how do you make your intuition louder? We're trying to tell humans how to make your intuition louder so that you can discover your power of consciousness that is has been manipulated so that you don't even know it's there. Don't you think there's a reason why they don't want you to know about aliens? Why don't they want you? Why are they hiding it? Why are they hiding it? Are aliens a figment of the human imagination? Or do we think they exist because they do exist and we're being lied to? How much of this is us accepting that we're being lied to and going along with it? That's kind of what we're trying to teach humanity, is that you're being gaslit because you actually have a truth inside you that you're constantly being denied. Humanity, this isn't just women. This is all of humanity. You were never allowed to listen to your truth from day one. You were programmed from day one as a baby, but the truth is inside you. So the way to bring heaven to earth is to question all of the manifestations that you're making, because they're part of your belief system, because you were programmed to believe it. And you're going along with it. You're giving your power to the programming because you're not questioning it. So you feel safe in the programming. When you feel safe in the programming, you're not going to question it. You're subconsciously going to go, this works for me. So our message to humanity is that you've been lied to. Okay, you've been lied to, and we're trying to tell you in a way that doesn't make you panic and freak out about that. So your soul tribe, Kelly, are going to be people who are ready for this message. And don't try to convince anyone else about it. You just go on doing you. And that's how you align with your mission in life. If you are here, why were we born? Well, you'll find out as you're true to yourself. When you're unwilling to lie to yourself because no one else is watching, and you want the truth when no one else is watching. That's the version of your human being self that we want to find out. We want to find out what you would do if you didn't even lie to yourself. And figuring out that you're lying to yourself is very complicated. Okay, that's the matrix. It's like you're stuck in a realm where you're just going along with the programming, not even realizing you could hack your way out of it. Okay, well, that's kind of intense. That's an intense message. Maybe something lighter. Okay, yeah, well, that is the hard part. The swallowing that pill, that jagged little pill, is the hard part. Okay, because when you do that, you have to be accountable for yourself. You have to go, okay, you're right. It's been nagging at me that throwing away that plastic, even though it's just a small little wrapper, I feel guilty about that. That's the level of impeccability we want. We want you guys to fix the plastic problem. If you fixed the missing children problem and the plastic problem, you'd have heaven on earth. Just set those as your goals. We know there's a long path to go towards taking care of those things, but that's your goal. Okay? Find the kids, figure out what's going on with the kids, and get that plastic taken care of. We know there's probably some kids out there with a solution to the plastic, so start listening to the kids too. These are 3 priorities that you have to juggle right from the beginning right now. It's your top priority. It's more important for Kelly. It's more important than what she looks like, because she just doesn't care. Why? Men are disappointing, but women are disappointing too. Everybody's disappointing. So I'm not looking for a relationship right now, because everyone's just whatever. All I care about are bringing awareness to the missing children and taking care of the plastic problem. And when you do that, as you work on that, Kel, here's the good news. As you work on these things that are important, whatever it is, maybe getting dressed up is your joy. That's fine. That's where you're at. It probably won't be forever. It'll just be a period, and you'll get bored and you'll move on. Okay? So, but as you become aware, as you don't run away from the truth, that's all we want you to do in the beginning. Don't run away from it. Just say, okay, what if? What if? Oh, I don't really want it to be true, but what if? Things just start getting better. Like, your emotional state is everything. It's everything. And it's affected by your beliefs. It's affected by your habits. It's affected by your lifestyle. And these things you do have control over. You have control over a lot. So when you start working on these things that you have control over, then you start changing the environment of your life. You change your pattern, your rhythm in the morning. If you started your rhythm in the morning off with, I take care of myself. These are affirmations that you can stand behind. I take care of myself. I honor my body's needs, such as rest and fiber and vitamins straight from the food. Okay, am I cooking? Am I eating the best possible food I can find? Is that one of my top priorities? Because that's ultimately going to lead to my body functioning optimally, which is going to allow me to accomplish my goals, because my brain and my muscles are functioning optimally because I'm fueling it optimally. Now, obviously, this is a good idea. However, you guys go about your day with all your obligations and all your deadlines and all your commitments, and you don't put this first. You put those things first. So you've got to sort through all your obligations and go, who's Who is this serving, this obligation that I have? Who is this serving? And we want you to look at your holidays. It's part of it. You got to look at Christmas. You got to look at Halloween. You got to look at these things and go, why am I participating in this? If you're participating in it because it brings you joy, okay. If you're participating in it because it's an obligation and you actually get sick every single December because there's so much stress, redefine it. You don't have to go all backwards like Kelly did for years and years and years and completely boycott it. The meals, everything. Go ahead. If you want to shake it up and just go backwards and totally boycott Christmas, find a way to do it that brings you joy. Don't do it out of war mentality. Do it out of, I'm going to choose myself this year. What would I want it to look like if you close out all the kids, all the people, 155, and you just say, what would I like Christmas to mean to me this year? I think it would be so fun to go somewhere hot. I think it would be so fun to have a staycation and just like spend a whole day like you don't have any electricity and you gotta like light candles and play board games. Like, be creative. What is something joyful that you've been putting off and putting off and putting off, but you got these days off? And you could maybe not make the whole day about that one thing, but you could fit it in. So every little bit where you bring in joy that's authentic to you, when you've got obligations pulling you in the direction of the matrix, that's your vote. That's where you have a vote to change society. And it's going to take everybody. It's going to take everybody changing their days off to reflect their true idea of aligning with their body's needs and their heart's desires. And they don't feel guilty doing it. Good luck. But you got to start with where you actually have freedom. Where do you have freedom to make decisions, but you're letting other agencies make the decision for you? That's the level of rebellion that we're facing. That's the rebellion we're facing. Gandhi started it. Civil disobedience. Be civilly disobedient with your obligations. Even question the habits that you are doing by choice. Like coffee, Kel, you know it's going. You know it's on its way out. It might take a couple years. There's a lot of options out there that you could do instead. So rebel against the things that are not serving your highest goals. And if there is a conflict in there between your beliefs of your highest goal and your habit, be gentle with yourself. Because if you just apply guilt and you go, oh shit, I gotta stop that. Well, what does that feel like to say that? Listen to your feelings. They'll tell you everything. Before you find words with your spirit guides, your feelings tell you directly which way to go. It's called your conscience. Everybody has one. It's the same thing as your intuition, your gut, and you got to learn to work with it. Everybody can start with a pendulum or muscle testing. It's the same thing. You have innate wisdom within you, within your cells. There's consciousness in your cells. So you just got to listen to it. Just be quiet and listen. That's it. Kelly, early enough in her life, was like, nobody makes any sense. The therapists aren't fixing anything. The psychologists all disagree. The mathematicians are all becoming bomb builders. It's like, none of this makes sense. I'm not going along with this. I refuse. In my mind, privately, I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not listening to you. You're a dumb shit. Once in a while, I was like, oh, I really wish I could be like you. Oh, you're so smart. Okay, fine. You're so smart. I'll let you teach me. Okay, and this is her purpose. This is Kelly's purpose, to go on this journey and figure this out and get frustrated and then bitch and moan about it. But, you know, she does work really hard for her kids, so she's proven her humility to us, and we let her, you know, make the jokes and stuff. So anyway, long enough. We send blessings to Earth. We love you. You're doing good work just by being alive. You're doing good work. You went through the process of having that veil put on you, and you should forever start with gratitude that you were able to be born. You were able to make it onto the planet through your mother's womb portal. Think about that, flat earthers. The womb is a portal to the other dimension. So they're dimensional. They're figments of our imagination. It doesn't really matter what the shape is. But there are portals. I don't know where the spaceships are going yet, but consciousness is vast. It should be the new frontier. Consciousness should be the new frontier. So, okay, much love.